Good evening, everybody. Let me fix this a little better. I decided to do this video live because some of you guys didn't see how I jerked the chicken and stuff, right? So I'm in this club called Red Hats, and we are called the Sisters with Class. So every month, somebody's birthday, they have to think of something to do or somewhere to go. So, and I'm the only June birthday, I decided to have the ladies over, which they like to do. So it's more comfortable too. So we're going to all get together here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So everybody's bringing something, and I'm going to do this, what I'm doing now. I'm going to do the jerk chicken. I'm going to fry the whitings and porgy fish. And I'm going to make a melody of greens. I have mustard, kale, turnips, and collards. So I'm going to do all that and stuff. So I have everything like prepped up and stuff. I'm going to have some tea, and we're going to get started in case you guys didn't see the jerk chicken recipe from before. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to turn this where you can see what I'm doing here. Let me see. You know me and my camera. Okay, let's see. Hey, Cousin Billy. Let me see. Can you guys see that? My lighting is not that good. Okay, we're going to jerk some chicken and some greens and stuff. My lighting is not doing me any justice. Okay, so anyways. So I have this cleaned with lemon juice and vinegar. I'm going to put this over here. Move some stuff around. Okay. Let me bring it a little closer. I think you can probably see it better. Yeah. It's like when I get in front of it, you can see it better. Okay. So, yep. When I do that, you can see it. Let me see. So with this chicken, I put splits in it. Right? You see those splits? That's when I'm going to put a lot of the jerk season in there. And even with the drumsticks. See, I put a split in there, a slit. So first thing, let me tell you what I have. Okay, let me see. We're going to start here. Wait a minute. I have complete seasoning. You can use whatever kind of seasoning salt you want, but I like the complete seasoning. I have the gravy mixes for your browning. I have the minced garlic. I have paprika. I have natural sea salt. And I have the original jerk. This is mild, okay, mild. I have the black pepper. And I have the allspice pimento seeds. And I have fresh thyme somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh, okay. I'm using fresh thyme and I'm using powdered thyme because I'm running out of time. That's how much I use it. And I usually use scallions, but I didn't have any more, so I'm going to use some onion. Okay? And then I have my pepper. So let's get started with the seasoning. Now, I don't measure, but for you, if it's your first time, use a teaspoon of all the seasoning because this has salt in it. You're going to be using salt. This is seasoned too, so be careful. Unless you know how, if you have a good measuring eye. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to be using some dry thyme as well. So, again, season like you would season your chicken, okay? If you wasn't jerking, okay? So let's go here, just a little bit. Probably about 2 teaspoons, right? So we're going to put that on there. We're going to put our paprika on. Alright. I'm kind of generous with this here because it's a good browning. Okay, we're going to use our complete season. This has a lot of herbs in it, so this is really good. I recommend this. Right? And again, it may seem like a lot, but it's not. Because you don't want your dish salty. You want that real jerk taste. And then you can taste your seasoning as you go along, too. Okay? And I put some black pepper. And be careful with the pepper because you have that pepper, okay? I'm trying to think of the name of that pepper again. I always forget the name of it. Cuz, didn't know you were that well versed in the kitchen. Gotta come see you. That looks good. Oh, yeah, Cousin Billy. Hey, Rashid is doing good, too. Rashid's in Lancaster down here. He's working. He came down here and got right on the ball. He's doing really good and stuff. He'll be in town probably next week. Lancaster's about a good 45 minutes from here. He's doing some work. They do in a hotel, so he's doing really good. Oh, did I tell you guys about the grated ginger? Okay, so let's go here with the garlic. Now this, I am going to use my measuring here because you don't want it that garlicky. This is, yeah. Okay, you don't want something like close to 2 teaspoons, okay? I am going to put that there. I'm going to put the grated ginger, which makes it real good. And it's good to settle the acids on your stomach, too, when you use the ginger, okay? Then I'm going to throw these onions in here. And I didn't chop them up, like dice them. I sliced them this time. These peppers are for something else because I'm making that green. So, let's see. Did I get everything? Okay, so I'm going to take and use the dry thyme first. And you got to be generous with your thyme, okay, because it brings out a really good flavor. And remember I told you with your thyme, don't throw your stems away. Don't throw them away. You see this here? I'm going to put it right up in here. Hey, Book Shuggy. Prayers are up. Prayers are up. Prayers are up. Okay, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to tear the stems. Always keep your stems, okay? They come in handy. And, see this gives it the allspice pimentos. I'm going to use about 10 of them. I'm going to use it. I like the way these make everything taste. I got more than 10. Get in there. Okay, so now we're going to put the jerk in. This, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to put about 5 medium-sized teaspoons. Look like a tablespoon, but it's not. Okay, it depends on how much you want to use. Right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do one more, and that's the end of it, so why not just use it all, right? Now, you remember those slits I showed you in the chicken? Okay, that is all gone. Remember the slits I showed you? How I slit it? You're going to put that seasoning in there. Now, this I usually use a different browning sauce, but this is all I had in here. Be careful with your browning sauce because this is strong. So you don't want to put too much. You start off with a little bit, and as you go along, and if you need some more, you'll know. Depends how dark you want your chicken. And now you don't want it too dark, okay? And I always use the gloves when I do this dish. So now I have all of that stuff in here, right? Let's give it a mix. Mix it real good. Don't be scared to mix all that stuff. Take your time and incorporate all your seasonings, okay? Give it a good mix. And then after you get it mixed up real good, like, look, you see what I'm doing? Mix it really good. Once you get it all mixed up, as good as you can, it turns a different color, sort of, okay? You can just take it and just go in there and make sure, especially your big pieces. And then, what you're going to do is take all your seasonings and you're going to stuff it inside those splits. Yep, that's why we have those splits. Stuff that season, that jerk, like you see all of that, stuff it in those splits. Do it each one. I even split the little small drumsticks. Hey, Cynthia! We jerking some chicken. So I put some slits in the chicken so we can put the onions and stuff. Now, usually I use scallions, but I didn't have any more left. Put that all up in the inside the skin. Put all that season up in there too. All in the slits. So you want to take your time and do it so you can get it all in there really good. All that jerk. Put it all in there. And like again, like especially your big pieces. I'm going to take and put a lot in here. Put them onions in there. And your jerk, see that jerk? Put that in there. Don't be scared to get it all the way down in there too. This is where your flavor comes. You get good flavor when you do it like that. Put it up in there. Yes, sir. And you want to do all of it like that. And I'm gonna wrap this up and put it in the refrigerator for a few. Sometimes I put it in there for an hour or two, but I don't know. I might not even put it in there. But if you let it sit, you know, it's always much better. But time is not really on my side and stuff because I still have so much stuff to do for my red hat party tomorrow. So listen, since I'm the birthday girl, I'm going to be 60 June 30th, right? So with the red hats, like I said, everybody, like I'm the only birthday this month, so I choose what I get to do, and I choose to have them over at the house tomorrow at 1 and stuff. So I wear red and white. I wear a red cap, a red shirt, and white pants, and they in return wear purple and white. Okay, so now that I got it all good, I want my chicken to be a little darker, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more browning, okay? I want mine a little darker than this. So I'm going to put a little more on there. And it's up to you. Then I'm going to shake up my organic vinegar. You can use the white or this. I just like the organic. Just a little bit. Watch what I do. See how I got it pouring out? Like that? Just a little bit. It gives it that tang. Okay? Now I'm going to massage it in. See this pepper? I'm not going to cut this pepper. This pepper is going to stay the whole time. And it does not bust. That's the good part about it. You see how I'm taking my time and I'm really working this jerk seasoning in here. Really good. And my chicken looks like the color I want it to be. And I stuffed it all. You can like go up under the skin and put your season up under there as well. And this is good. Look at that. So you want to take your time and do that. And there you have it. So now I'm going to take my gloves off. Okay. I'm going to take these off, throw them away. And I'm going to take the saran wrap and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. And meanwhile, in between time, I'm going to fry some fish and I'm going to put these greens in the pot and I'm going to show you. I hate this. Do you? Oh my God, I hate this. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm not your prissy cook. I keep mine real, right? But I like to clean up as I go. I do like to do that. But all the measuring cups and all that stuff, like you see on TV, I ain't got time for all that. We don't really be doing all that stuff in the first place. Presentation. We get down to the real nitty-gritty. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the refrigerator while I prepare other things, okay? So stay with me. I'm trying to move as fast as I can because I don't want to hold you too long, okay? So that's how you season that jerk chicken, okay? Oh, by the way, before I put that in, let me show you something else. You can also use powdered jerk. If you don't have the fresh, hey, cuz, Veronica, if you don't have the fresh jerk, you can always use it. It comes out just as good. Sometimes it's not better, this here. Or it doesn't have to be this brand. You can get whatever kind you want. But the powder does just as well, okay? Okay. So I'm going to put this in while we get the fish ready. So, okay. Like I said, I like to kind of clean up. And let me tell you another good point about the jerk chicken. Okay, it goes on 375 for an hour and a half on one side, right? Uncovered. So when you take it out, you take some ketchup and a little bit of water, shake it up, and pour it on there, right? And you turn it over, and you let it do the same thing. Uncover it. When you pull it back out, put the rest of your ketchup and water. Just measure just a little bit. Don't overdo it. It gives the taste. Whew, honey. That's all I gotta say about that. So, anyway, so what I did, I'm using meat and my greens this time, okay? And I sauteed my peppers and my onions. I sauteed them this time, right? And smoked neck bones. I boiled the meat down and I took the meat out and I have the juice. I used beef broth this time instead of chicken broth. And I'm not going to put the Lipton cup of onion soup in it this time because I don't want it to be too salty because this contains a lot of salt. So I have that. That's what's in that pot. And now I'm going to take it over. I'm going to put the ingredients in the pot. Can you see this pot? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to, wait a minute, let me just show you something. In here, I don't know if you can see in there that great, but anyway, that's the juice from the meat. And in here is beef broth. And I didn't put any seasoning because this meat is salty, right? So I'm going to put that meat in there. Right? And I am going to use the minced garlic again. Don't use too much minced garlic either, or anything you cook. Don't overdo it with the garlic. Look, you see that? That's all I'm going to use, okay? That's it. And I'm going to take and put just a capsule of the vinegar, okay? You can do 2. I'm going to do 1. Because it's organic. It's pretty strong, right? Now these greens I'm going to put in first. Rinse these off. They say they clean, but just give yours an extra rinse just in case, right? So this is the mustard. Okay. Now I'm going to put the kale in. And we're going to turn this heat up here. And we're going to let it cook down. And we're going to add some other stuff in here. Okay, so that's what we're going to put in here for now. And we're going to let that cook down. But meanwhile, I got some stuff that spilled. Gonna take a little olive oil, okay? Just a little bit. Not that much, right? And where is it? Okay. A little smoked sauce. Maybe 2 or 3 dabs. It depends on how much greens you have, right? Yeah. That's just enough. Okay, so we're going to let that cook down before I add the other ingredients, and we're going to let this cook down, right? Then over here, get in there. Now, y'all know how much I love my greens, right? My mom is the same way. We eat greens about every day, if not every other day. Now, I have the grease here. And I think this is canola oil. Let me see. Oh, this is corn oil. I too much don't use vegetable oil anymore. So that's the corn oil. And I have Porgies and I have Whitings, right? So in this bag is cornmeal and flour. Then I have parsley in here. I have garlic powder, no onion powder. I mean garlic salt. Little garlic salt, black pepper, and I said the parsley. That's all in here. A little Old Bay. Just a little Old Bay. A little bit. Because you don't want it too strong, right? It's a little Old Bay. And that's all that's in here. And this fish comes out so good. Oh, paprika, I'm sorry. You want the paprika in here. That's why you see the color. Uh-huh. And that's what's in here. And it's the white cornmeal and the dark cornmeal. Then there's like a cup of flour in here. Not a whole lot. The flour makes it fluffy. So I'm going to turn this heat up. I thought I had it on while I was talking to you, but I didn't. So we're going to do that. And while that's heating up, and that's about the gist of it. While we're doing this here, then I'll go and take out the jerk chicken. I'm going to put it on 375. And remember, do not put a top on it. Don't cover it up, okay? Just let it do what it do. And that's how we do that. So I wasn't even going to do this because since it was for tomorrow, you know, my group of friends coming over and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I haven't been on like I normally, you know, get on here. I got to do better with my timing and stuff. So I really got to do better with the timing. And I try to, like, maybe every week bring you guys something. I have so much. So once I get my time in together, I'll be more frequent because I have so much. And this month was supposed to be Italian month. I was going to do just Italian foods, but, you know, we still got some more to go. So I was going to do some different stuff. I'm not going to tell you now because I might not do it. So, but yeah, we're going to be doing a whole lot of different stuff now. Since the weather's getting nice, you want a whole lot of salads and stuff. How to make your salads bang, you know? Make some good salads that just jump at you. So I'm going to show you a whole bunch of ways to make the macaroni and tuna, macaroni with the crab meat, spaghetti salad. What you looking for, babe? Oh. How to make a good spaghetti salad, you know, pasta salad and stuff. So many different things, like some sliders we're going to do. And I'm going to show you how to use, if you have a toaster oven, I'm going to show you what you can do with that toaster oven and your microwave. It's all in the love of the hands. Okay, so I can put some more greens in here. But before I do, I'm going to put half of the pepper mixture in there. So I'm going to turn this back around. Guys, you notice I didn't drop my phone off the tripod this time? Oh, yeah, she must be getting better. Okay, so we're going to put half of that in here. That's about half. And make sure your water or whatever you're using, if you don't have meat or anything to put in your greens, look, this does the trick, okay? This is so good. Hi, Arthur. My husband watching me. Look, I said my hubby. My husband watching me, my husband. Look, this here takes the place of it. This is a chicken flavor bouillon cube. This is really good if you don't have meat. Always keep this, or you can use the block bouillon cubes too, okay? There's always different ways to do stuff. Okay, so now we're going to put the turnips in here. Now the reason I put the kale in first is because sometimes kale, it can be like pretty tough like, so you want it to be really tender. And that takes a more time to cook than your greens, believe it or not. And you know, all these things like the mustards and the turnips, they cook down. Yeah, they cook down. So we're going to put those in. And here my fish grease is ready to fry. So you know when you're frying fish, you can actually cover your pot up. And it'll still come out crispy if you don't want splatter. I keep saying I'm going to get me a, what you call it? What do you call those things? Y'all know what I'm talking about. To go over the pot. God, what I'm talking about, Art? What? To go over the pot. Go over the pot? Yeah, like if you don't want your grease to splatter. It's, oh God. You can use it as a steamer too, as the net. I think y'all guys know what I'm talking about. And you put that over your pot and it holds the grease in. Oh, I can't think of what it is. I see it, I just can't call it. But anyway, you can put that over your pan so you don't splatter grease everywhere. Okay, here's the last bit of that. Then we're going to let that cook down. And now we're going to fry the fish, okay? And I'm not going to put the rest of the peppers and stuff on there until I put the collards in there. But now when you use this smoke, the liquid smoke, just a little bit. You don't want your stuff to taste like it came off the grill. That just gives it a more meaty taste. And it breaks down the salt also from the smoked neck bones, okay? Okay, so now you hear the pot sizzling for the fish. This pot is ready for the fish to fry. And when you're doing this here, you know to put your fish on the skin side first, right? Don't overcrowd your pan. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to fry up the porgies first. I'm going to put them in here. And notice that I'm going to shake off all the excess cornmeal. Okay? Because you don't want that drips at the bottom of your pan, and then it sticks on your fish. And watch your heat too. So, and it gets inside of there. So look, I'm gonna shake it off really good. See that? But when you're frying your whiteys, or like any other fish with the skin that's not, boned, you fry it on the skin side first. And a lot of people, like some people don't know when your fish is done. Depending how much grease you use, it'll float. Just like your chicken, depending on how much grease, it'll float. Or your edges will get nice and brown. You can always take a knife and cut into it to make sure. And I'm going to fit the last one in here. I only have 4. And this last one is a little baby one. Look, watch. Look at that, huh? Oh, I got to get this other flap. Okay, and we're going to let that do what it do. Now, I like to clean as I go. So what I'm going to do right now while this is frying, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to clean a little bit, okay? Hey, Dean. There we go. So, it's always good to clean as you go. I can get like real messy and start dropping stuff, spilling stuff. But get these here, the allspice pimentos. Oh my God, these are so good, like for your gravies. Look at that. Good for your gravies too. Good for a lot of stuff. And that's the end of that. Look at me. Trying to hold on to stuff that ain't got nothing in it. So, yep. So, how was everybody's day? Mine was good. Then it got a little rough. Then I gave it to God, and it got better. Prayer works. I'm telling you. Prayer works. Yep. I was getting a little funky up in here. And, husband reminded me, give it to God. And that's what I did. And I feel better, so I decided to do this here live and stuff, so. Yep. You ever get so much seasoned you hardly have a place to put it? Look at this. I just keep getting stuff. All of them are like that, because I like to mix things up. Right, Rick? That's how we do our dry rubs, right? Trial and error. He makes dry rub too. Rick is a cook. That's the guy to work on the job with and stuff. So, and he gave me. Hi, Myra. We doing jerk chicken, greens and fish, porgies and whiteys, and I just put the marinade on the jerk and stuff. But anyway, I was saying he makes something called candy chicken, and it's like, I think it's strawberry jelly. He takes and he seasons the chicken, and then he dips it in strawberry jelly, then in the flour, then in the pan. So I'm gonna be doing that, and that's from Rick. That's not my recipe. That's Rick's recipe. I want to take no props for nobody else's, stuff. That ain't cool to do. We ain't gotta live like that today. So let me show you this fish. Like, this is how you know it's almost time to turn it too. Let me see. Let me get this right. I'm learning how to work this thing a little better. I want to show you how you know it's almost time to turn this fish. Let me see. Oh man, I can't get it facing right so you guys can see. Let me see where. Okay, yeah, there you go. You see that? It's almost time. You see the edge around here? I was telling you about how it starts to brown and it bubbles up. That's when you know. You can always take and lift that up, and you can see underneath too to make sure that that fish is done. It's nothing like having some undone fish. But see how it's getting brown around there? That's a good way to tell. And look at that pot over there. So now I can put some more greens in that pot too. So, yep, that's a good way to tell. And be careful, don't do this. I'm always doing this with my hands. I kind of know how far to go in there, so I don't burn my hands. Okay, so I'm going to take and put the rest of the peppers and onions in here that I sauteed. We already put the garlic in there. And then on top of that, I'm going to put the collards in, okay? All right. And I do believe I have enough space down in here. Let's see. And always watch your water and watch your heat. Because sometimes you have to add a little more. And if you add more water or broth, you might need to add a little more salt. Be careful with the salt though, okay? Be careful with it. So in here is the old-fashioned way. It's not a whole bunch of seasons in my greens, okay? This is the old-fashioned way. Back in the day, they used to just use salt and pepper. And it just came out so good before all these different seasonings came out. It was just salt and pepper back in the day. But in here, I just used the garlic, the minced garlic, a little smoke, some olive oil, and my peppers and onions. That melody is going to bring out the taste. And I have smoked neck bones. So what I did, I used beef broth this time, not the chicken broth. And I took the meat out when they got tender, and I just chopped it up a little bit. Because I want them big old bones in there and stuff, you know? I don't want that. Okay, so, now remember, even though they say these are rinsed, rinse them again. Okay? Now, why am I cooking at this time of the night? Because the nighttime is the right time. Because it's nice and cool, and I'm going to have to put all that air on. And I was a little tired, and I was undecisive about if I wanted to go live. Because again, I'm trying to, go live more, I'm trying to get my schedule together where I can bring you more, because I have so much I want to show you. But you guys, if y'all know me, you know I love my greens. And I can't go without greens more than a day or two. I can't. It's like I get withdrawals from the greens. So I made some cabbage. It don't take the place of these greens. I got to have my greens and stuff. I call my mom, what you doing? Making greens, frying some fish. We love our greens. So my husband don't eat them like I eat them. Every day there's greens in here. And if it's not, you better believe the next day, Cindy got some greens, okay? And I make them all different. I always make them different. I love my greens, and I'm about to turn this fish too. Okay. Let's let that get in there. I'm going to turn the fish. Some people use this, or you can get with this, or you can get with that. Let me find it. or you can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Remember that song? I'm going to use this. If I can get my drawer closed back. Okay, so I'm about to turn this fish. Let me show you. Do you see that? That tells me I can turn it. Because this is a small piece of fish, so now I'm going to look at the other one. Just because it's bubbling, I always do this. It don't always necessarily mean it's time to turn it. But in this case, I want to let it get a little more brown. Because these are bigger pieces. So let me just check them. As long as they ain't burning. See, I want it to get a little more brown than that. Let me check this one. Nah, a little more. So I think that now, since the hour, I'm going to take that jerk chicken out. And I'm going to put it in the oven. You put the top on this here. Okay, I'm going to take it out. And we're going to put this in the oven. Okay, so let me turn this around. I want you to see it. So now that we've taken this off, you see that? In there, I put, just in case you just came on, I took this chicken and I washed it, lemon, vinegar, and water, rinsed it off and stuff, and I put my seasonings on there. But before I did, I'm going to show you one. I took the chicken and I put slits in it, see? And inside these slits is the seasoning, your thyme, your pimentos, your onions. You can put as much of it in there because this is where your taste comes from, okay? In there. So you want to really stuff that. And under here, you see that? It's all stuffed with all that good seasoning. And just in case you want to see what it tastes like, you can do that and wipe your hands after you do that, though, even if it's just for you. And I usually have my gloves on with this too because of the seasonings. But I can see some more down at the bottom, so I'm going to keep stuffing. The more you stuff, the better before you put it. And now if your chicken is not the dark as you want it, you just put more browning sauce on it, okay? Gonna make a good jerk. And these are so good. This here, the whole entire time, this will not bust, but it gives it a good taste, okay? So I'm gonna put that right back in there. And I'm just gonna double check to make sure I have enough seasoning stuff in here to bring out the best. So you gotta put a lot of love in your jerk, okay? Well, a lot of love in anything you cook. But I just wanna make sure. I want the onions up in there. And you know when you bake chicken with the onions, it tastes really good anyway. Okay, so we are ready. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I missed one. Get up in there. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. Now, on this one side, an hour. Uncovered. You take it out after that hour and you turn it over. You take a little ketchup and water, shake it up, pour it on there. It just brings out everything you put in there, that water and ketchup. I'm telling you. So give me a second. I'm going to put this in the oven. Now, your oven. Oh, wow. I thought I turned it on. What did I do? I got to wait. I gotta let the oven get, I pushed it and I pushed off. Oh well, we'll let it wait, we'll wait and stuff. Meanwhile, let's turn our fish over, okay? Now this is ready. Now this is the brown that you might want. Up to you, but that's the brown you want. That's the brown I want. Right, look at that. And these are Porgies. See that? That's a good brown right there. Look at that. Right? That's a good brown. And then another way you know that your fish is ready to turn, I'm always holding with my hand. You see that from the fish? That's another sign that it's time to turn your fish. That's just the white, that's the drippings from the fish. Once it gets like the oil and the what you call it? Why can't I talk tonight? I'm tired, I guess. That's from the oil and the coating. And the inside, the steam brings it up, and that's this part, and it fries. So that's what that is. And remember, clean as you go. So I was putting seasonings away and stuff, and I was telling you about different seasonings, ouch, and stuff. And clean your seasonings off, and let me get over here and put that in there. So, oh yeah, did I tell you, I put a little olive oil in the greens. I put a cap full of vinegar. I use the organic vinegar. To me, the white vinegar, it don't really have that much taste to it. But the apple cider vinegar, you can really taste stuff. So, I like this. You know, I just shake, look at that. So again, and I just shake it up. Yep, this is good. So let me put this away. And I'm just cleaning as I go. Because I can get it pretty messy over here. Then I start knocking stuff over. Then I'm upset. Because I done spilled stuff. Too much stuff. So that's how you do that. In the green. So I'm going to fry some of the white. I got a little collard green in there. Look at that. Get out of here. And I'm going to just continue to fry this. And then I'm going to fry the whiteys up. I'm going to put the chicken in there. And now I got all the greens in there. I'm going to let them do what they do. And I'm going to come back and I'll have that finished product so you can see it, because it's going to take a minute. You know, I know you guys got stuff you might want to do. And I got to get some stuff done too for tomorrow. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how everything looks. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'm gonna really try to be. I'm not gonna say every other day. I don't want to do that, but I'm gonna try to situate my time where I can be on here a little more. When you go to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is not for money. I just want you to hit that subscribe button, okay? I do this because this is what I like to do. I'm not trying to monetize anything, okay? But I want you to hit that subscribe button just the same, because I can get ads that way. So, and that will help me get some ads. So hit that subscribe button. And I had changed the YouTube name. I had In the Kitchen with Priscinda, but for some reason it turned my Google name. So when you go to my Google page, just say In the Kitchen with Priscinda. So I figured out how to switch it back to Priscinda, and I'm going to leave it just like that. You know I'm in the kitchen, right? I know I'm in the kitchen. So go to Priscinda on the YouTube channel. And then I got to freak at my other Facebook page, In the Kitchen with Cindy and Kitchen Table Talk. So I'm going to be doing more stuff. I'm still looking for a website. I need a website so I can load up these recipes for you. That way, you know, if you miss something, you'll know, how to do it and stuff. So and I want you guys to see the recipes as well. It's one thing you watching me do it, but it's another thing you at home and you can take your time and you can prepare these meals following the recipe. Then you can take and do it your way. You can add to it. That's how you learn how to do this. You see somebody's different, like their recipes. You see stuff on TV, the cooking channels, and you take and do what you want to do with what you saw. You don't do it just like you see it. You learn how to put your own thing on it, right? And that becomes yours and not theirs. That's the difference. Learn how to tweak it, and it becomes yours, right? All right. I'll be back later. Hi, Miss Flo. I'm jerking some chicken. Look how they say down south. I got a mess of greens in the pot. I'm frying some whiteys and porgies. And if I wasn't so tired, I'll make some cornbread. I might do that tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I will be back, and I'll show you what everything looks like, okay? Because it's going to take a minute and stuff, and I don't want to hold you too long and stuff. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, okay? And I'll see you when this is done.